What's going on, guys? It's your average consumer. Now, I know that this thing's been getting a ton of attention lately, the PlayStation Portal, but it's not the only thing Sony dropped. They also released this guy, the Pulse Explore earbuds. So if you don't want a giant gaming headset, you can go ahead and pick up these. And it's the first that we've seen from Sony in this kind of design, but let's talk about it. Now, we always know when there's a new PlayStation, there's probably a headset to go with it. Funny enough, the Portal got the same treatment, but this isn't only going to work for the Portal, this is also going to work with your PS5, your PC, your Mac, your phone. It can connect with all of the things, which makes it pretty special. Overall, the design here, it's interesting. It's very PlayStation 5. It fits right along with the design language. They even have like the little collars that the PlayStation 5 has. It's got this L shape depending on how you look at it. I will say, it is extremely important to find the right ear tip. I feel like I say this in almost every earbud video because I had a hard time having these sit well in my ear until I started changing around the ear tips and I found the one for me. I'm usually a medium, but I found that the largest one works the best for me. That also impacted sound quality, but we'll get to that a little bit later. Now, this extra piece that sits on top, you get a few extra controls. So you have your volume controls right here, and underneath that, you have your PlayStation Link button. And accessing those buttons isn't too hard, but I will recommend kind of keeping your thumb here and pressing on it. Otherwise, if you're just trying to press on those buttons, it'll come right out of your ear, it'll move it around. So make sure you hold it in place and then try to press those buttons. Now, when it comes to controlling the volume, if you've got it connected to like your PS5, as you press the volume controls, you'll see the notification on your on the top of your TV, letting you know your PS5's volume's changing. But if you have these paired to just about anything else, it basically separates the volume. The volume controls will increase or decrease the volume of the earbuds, but you'll still be able to control the volume separately on the other device. So that's how volume works. And beneath that, you have your link button where you can toggle between different devices if you have multiple adapters. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. But that's pretty much it. That's the overall tour of the earbuds themselves. Now, another thing we got to factor into the design of is the travel case. So the travel case is, you know, a little bit on the larger side. It's bigger than like your standard AirPods case, but these are bigger earbuds. And you've got the sliding mechanism, so it's definitely amongst the biggest cases that I've seen this year.
I feel like when they're on the table though, when you try to slide them open, there's not enough. They don't stick to the table.
Feet probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Considering most cases it's clamshell, you pop them open. These slide, where it's designed so that your thumb rests here, no problem, and you just pop them out. I don't know, maybe if you're sitting at a desk and you just wanna slide them open and grab them. What do you guys think? Could it have used some feet or some like rubberized texture? Let me know in the comments. Not to mention, it also has a link button, so when the earbuds are inside of here, you can pair them up with the device you want by just pressing that button. Now, the question is, are they comfortable? Like I mentioned, before I had the right ear tips in, I did not find them too comfortable. I felt like they were moving around a lot. So it's really important to make sure you have the right size. Since I got my right size in, they stay in place very well. And it's not like these rest in any weird way that, you know, it would apply any kind of pressure or cause ear fatigue. I'm fine with these. I think you can do long gaming sessions with these without any issues. Well, these have, for the first time in a PlayStation headset, planar magnetic drivers, and that's something you find in high-end headphones. I don't think it's ever been done in a pair of earbuds, so it's a first here. And the sound quality is legit. These sound really good, but there's no software or anything to go along with these earbuds. So if you're somebody who really wants to take advantage of the planar magnetic drivers in here, you won't really be able to tweak or mess around with it. But these sound really good. When I'm playing games, it's pretty immersive. All right, so I'm gonna throw on Ghost really quick. Yeah, the way just hearing the wind move across that, it sounds super realistic. Now, this also does support the 3D audio, so I've got that enabled. What's nice is that you can adjust the 3D profile as well. This is like the only real tweaking that you can do with the device. So you can go in here, adjust it to what feels more comfortable for you. Now, the thing is, how does this compare to a gaming headset for something a little bit more serious, like Apex? Please tell me we have Apex on here. We do. All right, fellas, buckle up. We're gonna be here a while. Hold on, are they adding cross progression to my account right now? Am I one of the special few? Oh, let's go. Oh, this is a big moment, you guys. You have no idea. Well, this couldn't have come at a better time. Let's go. Yo, anybody got a mic? Now, the only thing that sucks is that there isn't a mute button on the actual headset. So you still have to press the mute button on the controller. Yo, fellas, how's this mic sound to you? Mine sounds good? Okay, cool. Oh, snap. It sounded great. Could hear everybody coming my way. You guys heard, well, you didn't hear. But my teammate said my mic sounded clear. We'll throw a little mic test in too. All right, so right now this is the mic quality that you get straight from the earbuds. Now what's special about these is that they've got a special noise canceling algorithm for the mics. So you should be able to eat stuff like chips and have that not come through. Let's test that out. But yeah, you should be able to play. It might sound like I'm eating because I'm eating while I'm talking, but you shouldn't be able to hear the chips. And to be able to eat chips and, play a game of Apex is clutch because people hate when their teammates are chewing in their ear. It's crazy. I low-key hate mic tests when you put them into like review videos because they always sound like absolute trash. But like for the application, like those guys said I sounded just fine. They said I sounded great. When you're on the phone with someone, mics sound fine. I'm not a fan of mic tests, but you heard it for yourself. Now, in a more competitive game where there's like footsteps you gotta listen out for, gunfights you gotta pay attention to, like the direction of it, it was just completely fine. I knew exactly where fights were happening. I knew when somebody was coming up behind me. At no point did it feel like I was at a disadvantage with these versus like a full-blown gaming headset. So overall, I'm very, very happy with these. Now, when it comes to music, I think these also sound really good. I was a little concerned at first because I was wearing those wrong earbuds. I was like, the bass, like, where's the bass? It was non-existent compared to like my AirPods. And then I found the right tips. I know I sound like a broken record, but it impacts so many facets of like using the device. So you gotta make sure you got the right tips on. Now, like I said, you can't tweak these or anything, just the 3D settings from the PlayStation. But I feel like for the average person, somebody who's not gonna dive too deeply into that kind of stuff, plug and play, these are legit. So this is missing a couple things, like I mentioned with the mute button. On a PS5, you're fine. On your Portal, you're fine. You just gotta press the button on the actual controller. But if you're using it on like a PC or something, that might make it a little bit more challenging since you don't have quick access to a mute button or maybe even a mic that you can retract or something. So that is something to consider if you plan on using this a lot for maybe gaming on a PC. Now, speaking of playing on like your PC, we said it before, this can connect to a bunch of different devices, but what's new here is Sony's Link adapter. And what's nice here is that you can actually go ahead and pair multiple of these Link adapters with your Pulse Explorers. You can have up to 8 of these and you just toggle through them with this Link button over here. Now, what's also cool about these is they also connect through Bluetooth and you can have them running at the same time. So if you have your Link adapter connected to like your PS5 and you have your phone paired through Bluetooth, you can listen to both audio streams at the exact same time. You also get a multi-device connection through Bluetooth, so if you want to have like your PC paired and your phone paired at the same time, it'll seamlessly go between the two as well. So one interesting thing I noticed is if you've got it paired to your Portal, you can't just toggle between your Portal and your PS5. You can't just press that button, it'll just stick with the Portal until you disconnect it, and then you have to go and like repair with your PS5. Once this is turned off, because it seems to like to stay connected to this guy if it's on, so turn it off, and then you can pair up with your PS5 with no problem. Now, in terms of battery life, we're looking at 5 hours of battery life from the earbuds, and you get 2 extra charges here, so a total of 15 hours. Considering the size, I thought it might be a little bit more than that. Dom, would that hold you down for a full session?
I feel like that's how long a controller lasts, so I'd say so.
There you go. Now, these do retail for $200. Do I think it's worth it at that price point? I think $150 would have been like a really nice point where it'd probably be flying off shelves. I don't know how well it's selling currently, but at $200, it's an investment. I think you'll walk away pretty happy with the experience. You can literally go from a gaming session to just grabbing your phone and walking out the house without ever having to take them off because they're all connected. If you're big on the Portal, this and the Pulse Elites that are gonna be coming soon are the only wireless options if you don't wanna go wired through the 3.5mm jack. So I think there's some real value in that. I think the system overall is pretty legit. Sound is legit, could use some better battery life, but overall, I'm really, really not mad at these. You know, I think it's because this doesn't have active noise cancellation that I feel like it should be around that $150 price point. Because usually earbuds at this price point, you see that feature, but I mean, how many of those earbuds connect to your PS5, right? Not many. Honestly, Sony makes the other earbud that you can possibly use with your PS5. By the way, do you guys want to see a comparison between the two? Let me know with a comment. But that about wraps it up for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, be the cool guy, girl that gives it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. We are still waiting for the Pulse Elites. I'm excited for that one to come out. Peace.